Hey, third and fourth graders, it's Mr. Jake here for our first music distance learning Flipgrid lesson, blah, 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 blah. There's so many new things to call what we're doing and so many new things to figure out when we're doing it. So that's what we're going to try to get done today for our first music class virtually of the year. And as we get through this today, I'm going to have a fun jam time for us at the end where we get to play together. But first we need to talk about, well, what do we play with? And I'm going to be encouraging you guys every week you want to participate in music class. You can, of course, clap your hands, you can stomp your feet, you can move around and dance. We're going to have some time for that, but we're also going to be looking for some materials that are going to help us figure out what to play with while we're at home. Let's say you don't have a piano, you don't have a drum set, you don't have an ukulele or a guitar. You know, if you've just got stuff around the house, then we're going to start digging into that now and figuring out what we can use. All right, so as we start to look for some materials that we can play with around the house, we're going to be looking for things that maybe are shaped like a tube. That's right. Tubes are really good for music. I mean, if you think about flutes, almost any wind instrument is really a long tube with holes in it. But they're also thought of maybe as drums because a drum is a tube. It's just more of a smaller tube. So if you find maybe a stick around the house, I like to use my drumstick wood spoon, and you can also use that hard end on the end of the chip container here, this Pringles can, in order to... That sounds pretty good, pretty drummy. Let's look at some other things that are tubes. This is coconut water, and... Ooh, that has some great sounds to it for some scrapey sounds, rubby sounds. Here is another can that... Ooh, if we listen to the different sounds that they have between maybe the can and the Pringles can... Now we've got a high and a low. They might have a harmonious relationship. Maybe look for putting two things together when you're playing this week. Also, you can find some old, I have some old spice containers here that has kind of like a softer, plasticier sound, a little bit higher, I guess. Now, they are both similar size, but at the same time, they make different sounds. So again, when you're selecting these sounds, when you're looking for something around the house that might be considered trash or thrown away, you really want to look for something that maybe can be paired with something else, or might be able to produce a sound that you can play along with the videos with. Last but not least, a big old coffee container. This is going to have a big, deep sound because it's larger. It also has a handle, which is kind of nice. That has a great sound to it. I think I might stick with this one for one of my examples. But as we play through the next video, I want you to first go find one of those things around the house that you can hit safely to make a musical sound like a drum, and that way you can play along with us in the upcoming video. If you do have a pitched instrument like a xylophone or a piano, there's a part for what we're going to be chanting together that I want you guys to say along with me that goes, "We're going back to school." All right, and as we do that, that's going to sound like this. That, if you can see where I played it right there, goes from me, the high me at E, we're, then down to C, C, going, then back to is down at A, and then back up to C again. We're going back to school. E, C, C, A, A, C. Mi, do, do, la, la, do. Okay? So when you listen to that part and you want to practice it on your instrument of choice at home, if you do have different notes on your instrument, get ready to play along with it, and I'll try to chime in with that as well, so that way we can have some fun playing back and forth. Drummers can make their noise, but then when we do the "we're going back to school," if you have an instrument at home you like to play with, get ready with that. We're going back to school. And you're going to hear it in the song as well. So hopefully you'll participate if you have one of your own instruments at home and you know what you're doing on it. All right, here we are at the final play along. I hope you brought your selected instrument from around the house and someone to play it with. Again, if you have an ukulele or you've got somewhere where you can play those pitches of the E, C, C, A, A, C, then please have some fun with that. But otherwise, let's get ready to make some noise and jam. Here comes the music. Ooh, yeah. Feel that beat. Tap it out. 1, 2, 3. got one, shake it up for me. We've got a bass part there with some wood blocks. Ooh, the ukulele. Strum, strum, that's right. Strum, strum. Strum, strum. Let's hear it all together. Ooh, that sounds so good. I like that. I hope you're moving. See, here it comes. Another year has begun. So here we go and let's have some fun.
We're going back to school. We're going back to school.
We're not in the same room, but at least we got the Zoom. That's right.
We're going back to school. We're going back to school.
Moving the world apart. Yeah, you gotta be here in your heart.
We're going back to school. We're going back to school.
The beat is all you need. Pumping music from your head to your feet.
We're going back to school. We're going back to school.
Use your imagination and add some instrumentation.
We're going back to school. We're going back to school.
Bang a pot or a pan, or just tap your feet and clap your hands.
We're going back to school. We're going back to school.
Swaying like the trees, blowing in the breeze.
We're going back to school. We're going back to school.
Rolling like the tide, moving side to side. That's right.
We're going back to school. We're going back to school.
Replay. Clap high, clap low. If you feel the rhythm, let it show.
We're going back to school. We're going back to school.
Rhythms all over the place. It brings a smile to my face.
We're going back to school. We're going back to school.
All you girls and boys, thanks for helping me make some noise. That's right.
We're going back to school. We're going back to school.
Sounding so much better. Let's play this last part all together. That's right.
We're going back to school. We're going back to school.
And now, nice job. Round of applause. Oh my, that awesome jam got me working up a sweat. I don't know if you can tell, but me recording videos in my garage in the heat of the summer right now is not so easy to do. But you know what? Staying loose and grooving along with people is really what music is all about, especially when we're getting back into the school year and trying to find ways to work together through distance learning. So I encourage you, watch that jam as many times as you want. Grab a new pot, a new pan, a new can, a new tub, and just try thumping it along with that and find something new to play every time. And of course, please leave a response on the Flipgrid. Make sure you let me know, show me in the video what your instrument was that you played, and then try to play me some rhythm that you made up. If you're gonna play "We're Going Back to School," I want you to play that for me on your instrument of choice on the Flipgrid as part of your response this week. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you guys next week in the live Zooms. Have a good one.